Hello everyone, welcome to the Automate with Dino YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about not Power Automate, Power Automate Generative Actions. Okay, today I came up with a different, interesting scenario. I would say so. 1 month ago also we have covered one complaint analysis workflow in the generative action. So today I came up with a different use case. First I will explain my use case. Okay, so I have, where is this? Okay, so where it is, so this is, maybe you can consider this is my car. It got damage on, in the bumper area and left hand side headlight area. Okay, so I have the valid insurance. So I'm writing to the my insurance provider, like, this is the my damaged car. I will share my photos along with my insurance details, etc. Okay, so maybe you can consider like this. I will go ahead and create on email. Then I will tell like this. Okay, so I would like to file an insurance claim for my vehicle, which is recently sustained damage. So below is the detail of the incident. Okay, so here I will mention about my policy holder name and policy number, and vehicle make and model, and also I will mention my vehicle registration number, that is a KA51 AUS 231, and date and time of the incident. So I mentioned the today's date and 8 a.m. And the location of the incident was Bangalore. Okay, and description of damage I just mentioned about my understanding on the the damages area. And also what I will do, I will include the my insurance copy and the damaged car photo as well. Okay, so let's do that. claim request Claim request for my Ford car. Okay, let's, I will keep my name into the two recipient as well. Okay, so I will include the damaged car. Then I will send this email to, again, the same email ID. So what I will do, so based on that I will go ahead and create the cloud flow. Okay, first the cloud flow. Please, note that I'm using the preview, environment of Power Automate, and the generative action is currently still in the private preview. So if you have the access to the yearly access environments, then you can have these options. Okay. So having said that, I am going to create automated cloud flow. I'm not going to cover full, starting to the end scenario, but I will show how that generative actions work in the Power Automate. Okay, so you can create your flow like this. When email arrives, you can consider this trigger for this automation. So then you can click on the add generative actions. Okay, I click the add generative action. I'm not going to create right now. I will explain from the previous one. I mean, already created one. Okay. I already created this insurance claim analysis workflow. I will explain how it works. Okay. So I click edit here. So this is my prompt. Okay. So analyze the insurance claim request. Then I will mention about the content of the email. Okay. So whatever the email I received from the insurer, then I will mention that details in the content of the email variable. Okay, by verifying if the insurer has a valid and active policy, then I also give the policy information of that particular customer. Okay, then if valid, cross check the vehicle details, including model, registration number, with the damage assessment data. So that assessment data is something we have. Maybe I will show that you can use AI builder, okay, and create your custom prompt. Then you can pass that email, whatever the email the customer send, right? So which contains a damaged car attachment as well. So you can extract that image from the email outlook. Then you can pass to the the custom prompt to get the damaged car details. Okay, so you can see here I have created this prompt, analyze the attached image, then I will provide the car image here, okay, of the damaged car, to extract the details of detail for insurance claim. Okay, identify the car make, model, manufacturer, everything, then detect, highlight all visible damage, including the dent, the scratches, broken parts, and structural deformities and all. Okay, then provide a detailed report categorizing the damage severity, affected areas, and also I ask estimated repair cost in the INR, okay, based on the industry standard. So that we will get it here. I will upload that KA51 car image here. You can also get some idea how we got that AI based analyze, what we mentioned here, AI based data, sorry, damage assessment data. Okay, so once you pass that image, then you can do the test prompt, you will get that response. Okay, so AI will analyze this image, and based on the analysis it will give all these details. Okay, so what's the car make, model, manufacturer, and what all are the visible damages, and estimated car cost, etc. So you can see here, based on the provided image, here is the detailed report for the insurance claim. Okay, so it will mention what is the make, model, manufacturer, license plate, and what are the damages. So A is saying front bumper is damaged, severity is high, left headlight and hood, left fender, and estimated car cost is around totally 65,000 to 95,000. Okay, so if we got this information also we can pass to this generative actions. Okay, so now we have the content of the email. I mean, the customer shared some email, right? By mentioning what are the damages and all that email we have, and a data set containing the policy information. This information you can consider you have in the Dataverse. You get that information using the cloud connectors, like list a row, or get a row using the ID, something like that, and you can pass that information to this variable. Okay, now we have image based damage assessment data as well from the AI builder. So if the details match, determine whether the claim meets the eligibility and the detail for approval evaluation mentioned in the reference policy document. So I have attached the insurance policy document here. I will open this. Maybe I will have it in the local, where it is. So this is my policy document. Okay, I'm opening this, and you can see here. So claim eligibility criteria is insurance policy is valid, active at the time of the claim, and the vehicle details, make, model, registration number match in the insured vehicle details, and the submitted images correspond to the claimed damages. Okay, and required document for the claim processing. So valid insurance policy number and images of the damaged vehicle, incident report. So these are the some information, it will validate while submitting the claim. And also you can see here there are some measurement, they have mentioned for the fraud detection as well. So duplicate claims, pre-existing damage, mismatch details, geolocation, and policy expiry violation and all. Okay, so this document I have uploaded in my OneDrive, then I added that document here as a reference. Okay, so now we have gave totally three information: content of the email and the data set containing policy information, and image database, image based data damage assessment data. Then we gave the insurance policy uh, document for the cross check all the validations. Okay, so based on that, it will tell whether it is, approve the claim automatically if all conditions are met. Otherwise, flag it as a manual review. In case of the any discrepancy, mention the exact details, and finally send the detailed claim analysis for the approval email. Okay, so I have mentioned approver email ID as well here. So while it is saying whether it is approved claim or not approved claim, it will give the all proper analysis report. Okay, so now let's see how it works. So let's click on the preview. Then we have to pass all these informations. Okay, so this information you can directly pass from your cloud flows as well. For time being, I will just copy paste from the my notepad. Okay, so this is the car assessment data, and email id, we can mention my email id now. I will mark this email id now. So approver email id, and the content of the email is whatever the email we send, right? So this email, okay. Content data set contain the policy information. So that information we need to extract from the Dataverse table. For now time being, I already extracted and keeping in my notepad. Okay, so I will copy paste this information as well. You can see here it is contains policy details. I mean, it contains the insurance policy number and the insurer name and the policy holder name, um, and contact number, email id, vehicle details, make, Ford, and model Camry, and here is 2005, color is gray. So all this information including the registration number, everything I have shared here. Okay, so this is the data set containing the policy information. So once you pass all this information, then you can click on the run now. Then it will analyze all this information. Then AI itself, you know um, understand what is the problem statement, whatever we given the prompt, and based on that it will validate the claim request is valid or not based on our reference document. Okay, whatever the validation point we have mentioned, that all the points it will verify. Then it will compose the breakdown of all the validation points and the recommendation and everything in that email. Then it will share to the dinucsc@gmail.com. Okay, so it is still showing running your generation action. And the beauty of this generative action is you no need to tell what action you have to do. So based on the prompt, it understand what you're trying to do. Based on that, generative action itself included some connectors along with some actions. Okay, so he told in the instruction part, so once everything is analyzed, send the recommendation to dinucsc@gmail.com, right? So if you look at here, it is included the Outlook you know connector, and also send email action for that. Okay, we didn't mention anything for that. It's automatically taking everything based on the whatever the prompt you gave to the generative action. So it is showing running your generative action. It will take some time. Okay, now it is trying to send an email. Okay, I click use action. Succeed, it shows succeed. Seems like it is analyzed all this information, and it recommending okay, so it is showing the insurance claim has been flagged for the manual review due to the discrepancy in the damage assessment. Okay, so let's go and check the email. So why it is flagging for the manual review. Okay, so you can look at this. Dear approver, we have analyzed the insurance claim request submitted by the policy holder John Doe. Below the detail of the analysis. Okay, insurance details, it includes all the information. And the damage assessment, the damage details provided in the email context: hood, small dent, bumper, minor scratches. But the AI, builder extracted information, right? That is showing having a significant dent. Okay, so the front bumper significant dent and the scratches on the left side, and the left side headlight broken and non-functional, and hood is large dent on the left side, and the left fender visible dent and scratches. And if you look at the eligibility verification, based on the eligibility criteria mentioned in the insurance policy document, the claims does not meet the criteria for the automatic approval due to the discrepancy in the damage assessment. The email contains minor damage while the image based assessment shows significant damage. So that is what it is, mentioning, flagging this for the manual review. Okay, so again, we can ask, the maybe the policy holder why they have mentioned as a small, damages, or maybe they sometimes customers, the policy holder, they don't know whether that is significant damage or the small damage. So that also might be happen. So this is fantastic. I mean, this is the recommendation from the generative action. So I will show you how to create this instruction and how to pass this and all the input and output variables. Okay, from the scratch. I will quickly go to my flow. I will go to the automated flow. Then when email arrives, email arrives, I will go with Office 365 Outlook. Click create. Then click add generative action. What I will do, I will go back to the design. I will copy paste the same prompt here. Okay, to just explain how to create these generative actions. Okay, now click on this drop down and click new generative action. Okay, then you can paste all your instruction here. So analyze the insurance claim request by verifying policy holder as valid and active policy. Okay, if valid, cross check the details including model and registration number with the damage assessment data. Okay, with the damage assessment data, with the damage assessment input data, we will keep like this. Okay, so the first point, that's fine. If the details match, determine whether the claims meet the eligibility and the details for the approval evaluation mentioned in the reference insurance policy document. So this also fine. And approve the claim automatically if all conditions are met. Otherwise, flag it for the manual review. Okay, so in case if there is a discrepancy, mention the exact discrepancy details. Finally, send a detailed claim analysis to the approver email. Okay, analysis report to the approver email ID. I will mention like this. Okay, ID including insurance details, vehicle assessment, damage assessment data, and eligibility verification, and specify whether the claim is approved or rejected. And if approved, mention the claim amount with the justification based on the policy validity. Okay, vehicle manage matching and damage assessment. Okay, this is my overall instruction. Oh, you have to mention all your instruction here and click generate button. Okay, now it will, AI will try to understand your all your goals, and based on that it will suggest what are the input parameter AI would require and what is the output, the AI want to generate. Okay, so that's a kind of suggestion only. If you want, you can keep all those input and output suggested parameters. If you're not, if you don't require those parameters, you can remove them, or if you want to give any different kind of input parameter, that also possible. Okay, that I will show you in a minute. Okay, you can see here. So it is suggested policy ID, vehicle ID, eligibility criteria details. Okay, so these are the input values. AI is suggested, and output values the claim status, claim amount, discrepancy details, claim analysis report. Okay, so here I don't want this. Okay, because I'm going to share the complete policy set data set only. So I will remove this. I will remove this. I will remove this. Okay, so here I will add approver email ID because I want to share the final report to the approver email, right? So I added this and click the tick button. Then um, car damaged assessment report, right? So that also fine. So sometimes it is not working. Okay, fine. So car damage assessment report. Then data set of policy, or maybe I will keep it simple, policy holder details. Then what else I'm missing here? So policy holder details, car data. Okay, so the email request from policy holder, just tick that, and this is fine. I mean, end of the day I want to send only the email, right, to the approver. So if you look at the beauty of generative action, I just gave only the instruction, right? So based on the instruction, it understand what is our my goal, and based on that, it generate the input parameters and output parameters, and also the connectors. So end of the my instruction, I mentioned I want to send all this AI recommended final claim analysis report and approved amount to my email ID, right, for the approver email ID. So it included Office 365 Outlook, and action is send email video. That's a version 2 of send email. Okay, sometimes it will also include some additional actions, so don't keep those actions, just remove them. Okay, so delete that, and I don't want to send this for approval as well, so let's keep very simple here. I will remove this as well. Okay, now I want to add my policy document, right, policy reference document. So we will attach that as well. So you can add three non-confidential data in the docs format. Okay, so I choose this, I mean, insurance policy document, and click select. Then it will be get added in this reference area. Okay, all good. Now we will add all these input values in the instruction area itself. Okay, now we added all the input values and output values and the reference documents. Now we will, to work this prompt more accurate, we will add this input value here. Okay, so unless the insurance claim request, so request is email request from policyholder. So I will just add that input parameter. Email request email from the policyholder. I created that variable, right? That variable I have included here. Okay, by verifying if the policyholder has a valid valid and active policy using policy policy data, using policy data. Here I will include my input value. Okay, what is that? Policy holder details. Okay, so if valid, cross check the vehicle details including model, registration, number, and with the damage assessment, input data. So here I will include my car damage assessment report here. Okay, so this is the report we getting from the AI builder. Okay, So if the details match, determine whether the claim meets the eligibility and the details for the approval evaluation mentioned in the reference insurance policy document, right? So I will include that as well. So where it is, here we go, insurance policy. Then approve the claim automatically if all conditions are met. Otherwise, flag it for the manual review. Okay, this is fine. Finally, send the claim analysis report to the approver email ID. I will include my approver email ID input values as well. Okay, all good. Now, what I will do, I will once you are included all this information, then you have to click on the preview tab. Okay, just click on this. So email request from the policy holder. So I will just copy paste the same email. Okay. So policy holder details. I will. So this, as I told previously, just take it from the Dataverse table and pass it here. Okay. Policy holder details fine. Then car damage assessment report from the AI builder. Okay. Now I'm just testing, the generative action. Okay. Then approver email ID fine, then click run. Okay, so it will take a few seconds to minutes to think through all your instruction, I mean prompt, and all your inputs and everything. Once it processed all this information, it will give the reason, thought process here. Okay, so in the previous video, we don't have options to include all these input values in our prompt, right? So this time they have included these options. Okay. Sometimes it will show like this. Maybe I will try to remove some, uh, special characters. Okay. Okay. So I just cleansed all the, input values. I just removed, all the special characters here. Now I try to run the flow again. Okay. Okay, perfect. You can see here, send the email. Now you can have to click use action. Now let's go and verify what it wrote. Okay. So when we got this 2212, okay, let's wait for some more time. Okay, succeed. Let's check now. Okay. So you can see the third process. Okay. The claim analysis report has been successfully generated and sent to the approver email ID. The claim has been flagged for the manual review due to the discrepancy in the severity of damage reported. The claim estimated claim report amount is between INR 60,000 to 90,000. And also we got the output values here. So the claim report, so it include all the details and the discrepancy details found. Severe damage differs, and the claim amount is 60,000, and the claim status flagged for the manual review due to the discrepancy in the damage severity. Okay, so we got that email as well. So approver can check this email, then they can take the further steps. Okay, so now let's do something different. uh, I will change a little bit here. Okay, so let's click run again. So where is the email? So here is the email, right? I will mention only the location of the incident. I did not, I'm not going to mention about the damage here. Okay. So I will remove the damage here. Damaged vehicle. Okay. So let's remove that discrepancy point in our email. Now let's run this. Okay. And let's check this how I know the generative action handle this scenario. I mean, the agentic AI or generative actions, it will handle the situation based on the your input. So if you are creating this scenario with Cloudflow, you have to create your logic to handle all this scenario. But that is not the case in the generative actions. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's rerun this again. Okay, I will click the use action. So I removed that discrepancy point, okay, in my email. So now the thought process is the claim analysis report has been successfully generated and sent to the approver email ID. The claim is approved based on the policy validity, vehicle detail matching, damage assessment. Okay, the estimated cost is between 60,000 to INR 90,000. So succeed. Let's go and check the email. Now this time shows claim status approved. Okay, and justification is policy is valid, vehicle details match, and damage is covered under the policy. So here again there is a sum, it gave approved, but the claim amount is showing 60,000 to 90,000, right? So we have to tweak our prompt to give the proper, maybe the mid range of between 60,000 to 90,000 during the approval time. Okay. I hope this is interesting video. So once you are satisfied with your generative action output, right, then you have to click add here. Okay, then only you can you know then only it will get it added in the generative action tab. Then the same insurance claim analysis automation workflow you can utilize in the Cloudflow as well. Okay, so once you click the add, then you can come and pick your that action here. Okay, so let's check that. So now it is showing insurance claim analysis automation. Now you receive the email, right? You can just pass this email request to here. Okay, for like this, not subject, body. Then policyholder details, you have to add one Dataverse action to fetch that information to the related to the policyholder. Then you can pass that information here. Then what is the next? So car damage assessment. Again, you have to add one more A builder action to pass the extracted image from the email, and you to pass the prompt A prompt. Then the response again you have to pass to this generative actions input parameter. Okay, and finally approver email ID. You can directly type it here, or you can even mark the same email ID based on the trigger options. Okay, so this is how the generative actions works in the Power Automate. I hope this video is interesting and helpful for all the people who trying to explore the agentic AI in Power Automate. So let's catch up with another video. Thanks everyone for watching.